What's good, y'all? We are back. And today the topic is about what are you missing? What are you missing? What are you not seeing? What is going over the radar? What are all of the above, but what is missing? What are you not seeing, et cetera, et cetera. Again, this is a general, a collective, but again, talking to my spirits, our collective spirits. They seem very adamant about there is some shit that is going over your radar and we need to clock it and check in. So we're going to hop in and see what's going on with that. Okay. And as always, if y'all would like a reading, make sure y'all check out my website. All that is in the description, bios, etc. If you would like to book, as well as adornments, etc. I know these are kind of falling apart. I have to redo. But as far as adornments, etc., and so forth. But we're gonna hop into this. We're gonna throw some bones. We're gonna do some shells, some dice. Honestly, we're just gonna vibe out and see where spirit is guiding us on this message. Okay. Spirit, we're talking about things, what is missing? What is missing in our lives? What is not being seen? What is flying under the radar? All of the above, Spirit. All right. What is missing? What is not being seen? Get this out the way. This chain loves to just kind of fall in the middle sometimes. It feels like opportunities. You're not seeing certain opportunities, already just kind of getting here with this coin, this dollar coin, and because it is face up, because we have this head, literally heads. They really want you to pay attention to opportunities, especially if this is money, this is financial, materialistic. And we even this M right here, if we talk about masculine, in other words, our consciousness. In other words, this could also be they want you to take action on certain things as well. Yeah, because there definitely is some bondage, some constraint, some attachments in regard what's keeping you from receiving, maybe whether it's money, whether it's some form of abundance in the material realm. Like something about how there's just like this chain right in the middle, in this shell, how it's face up, making it hard to receive, hard to come into, hard to acquire. It's funny how the bone is right here again. I'm gonna kind of hop around with this one. Again, this is all internal. So it makes me feel like whatever this is, this bondage, this chain, this isn't something that is outside of you in the external world, another person. I feel like this is very much you. I'm hearing something about this is mental. Mental, I'm just saying the word mental, mentality, something about, for some, that may be very specific for some of y'all. Maybe they're saying something about it may fall outside of your expectations. Your expectations can very much limit you into the possibilities. So this isn't, how can I put this? For a lot of us, we have to master not having our expectations, because sometimes having expectations is okay, depending whatever it may be, but also being open. But also being open. I'm gonna come back to this right here. I'm gonna move over here real quick. We have the number 9, and the number 9 comes in, and I love the number 9. And yes, it talks about completion, the endings and so forth. Very much that reward. You did the work. You went through all these cycles, and you have arrived, if you will. But with the number 9, it talks about, for one, it's the number of the dead, but it also talks about how can I put this? It talks about success, not success. It talks about completion. It talks about compassion, being of service. The number 9 comes in, and It's like, hey, almost like number 7. Hey, you came to this wisdom. You have all this insight. Don't just sit here with it. Don't just do nothing with it. Go apply it. Go teach it. Go help others. Go be of service. Not, not just not just being there to help yourself. Yeah, it's something about, especially with these two bones right next to each other like this. It's funny how they both have arrows, but because they're both flipped over and one moving in one direction, one moving in the other, something about it just kind of feels like this may be for my teachers. If you have something to teach, they're also saying something about how it's like a side, separate, specific message for some of y'all. You're done. This cycle is done. So for some of y'all, we're talking, the message is about what are you missing? What are you not seeing? What do you need to open your eyes to? It's the fact that it's like I'm seeing somebody walking around looking at the ground. They're like, where is this? Where is that? Where's that? Whatever it may be specifically. But then your ancestors over here like looking behind you like, hey, it's nothing here for you. It's in the next cycle. It's in the next book. It's in the next chapter. You've already completed this. Let's go. Let's move on. So then, because that you used up all the blessings, you use up all the water that's here. There's nothing left that can serve you. Which is funny how we have this turtle right here, like it's some stagnancy in that. So some of y'all might be having problems, kind of maybe even seeing your next steps. That feels very important. Seeing your next steps, even with the mind here, externally, like what am I going? Where am I going? Maybe internally you're being pushed to move beyond. But I talk about plenty of times, it's hard for us to do better when we cannot see better. That sight, that mind can really be that limiting factor, as we talked about here. Again, this is external, so it feels like, again, that mental shift in regards to your external reality is really important to help you move and get going and get on your feet. Let me move over here. Actually, I do want to see something real quick. I want to see what's going on out of curiosity. It's number 9. Again, I just love the number 9. I want to see what is in some of these next chapters that they're talking about here. For some of y'all, it feels like I'm seeing the word like just death. A lot of deaths, a lot of like this, even the number 5 is showing me right now. This cycle is over. This cycle is over. Teach what you have learned. Because that might also be part of you entering the next cycle. That not allowing that to be some unfinished business, not allowing that to be in some forgotten steps. What's the point of accumulating that wisdom if you just sit on your hands and knees with it? Spirit, what is in this next cycle? We're talking about the number 9 here. This completion. What is in the next cycle for us? What is waiting for us? Look at that. The Tower card changes. Look, I literally said it. Number 5 too. That goes with the Tower card. What's waiting for us? Y'all heard me say death. You can't make this shit up. Can't make this shit up. Saw that word clear as day in my head. And I talked about, again, the 3 of Pentacles. I said, what do you need to teach? What do you need to help be of service? Who do you need to help? The 3 of Pentacles reverse is all about being in community. But this isn't just fun and games. This is about building. This is about constructing. This is about working together. But when it's reversed like this, everyone's in the separate corners of the room. Everybody got different ideas. Everybody got different pursuits, and nothing is really getting done. You're not really working together. And not saying you're not progressing, but you can move a lot faster and a lot farther. What else, babe? What else is waiting for us in regards to this number 9? New cycles. What is that? No, rephrase that. What is that some of y'all need to teach? How do some of y'all need to help others? You know, what is that? What is some things y'all need to bestow onto others with this number 9? In relation to, look at that. Some of y'all need to go be seen. And this isn't even just about being seen, just, oh, I want to be seen. This is about go socialize, go be seen, go put yourself out there. Go make your presence known. You know, this is no more holding on, no more being reserved. You know, we have this 4 Pentacles reverse. This is literally open. It's time to open yourself up. Whether materialistically, whether this is just, you know, opening yourself up to receive, but also maybe even to give. Again, even 4 wands, everybody's in separate corners of the room. Especially in these institutions, like it's time to come together, to work together. Put that back where it was. Everybody got different ideas. We already talked about the Tower card and the Death card. Changes. 6 of Cups reversed. It's time to it's no longer the time to be living in the past. It's time to live in the present. Letting go of the past, letting go of childhood, letting go of of nostalgia. Some of y'all need to speak on your dreams, your visions, your feelings, that inner knowledge. For some of y'all, on the flip side, this next season is calling you to actually, maybe you might enter this somewhat of a hermit mode. You may start going on a journey. Because, you know, the next number after 9 is 1. Or 0, really, and then 1. It's infinite potential, which is what I see with this Hermit card. You know, you're not really sure what you're going to find, but having this faith of going within and then to come into that number 1. But some of y'all may enter some of that Hermit, just kind of going inside yourself, into that introspection, that shadow work. And some of y'all, it's time for y'all to be speaking on that inner wisdom. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Oop, shit. I don't know why I feel like that was supposed to move over there like that. You know what? It moved like that, so we're gonna allow it to go back because maybe it needed. So the pieces are always moving. With something about that is even loud to me because this seed, you know, it hasn't bloomed yet. It hasn't taken root. But yet we talked about right here being open to receiving emotionally, intuitively, creatively, especially your heart space, if you will. Even just physically, just being open, just all of the above, just being open to receiving. And then we have this seed. We have this token. I'm going to stick with seed right now. It's a little easier. That is very much necessary. You know, when you give a seed some water, and you ground it, what happens? It grows, you know? Yes, sunlight's important. I don't want to get too deep into it just yet. Because we still have to hit over here. Maybe touch on this. But transformation, y'all. Transformation. Literally on the precipice, you know? It's already taken root. And now it's about to sprout. You're about to see it like, wait. Cycles are changing. Things are moving. Progression, expansion. And I like how I even mentioned 0 very briefly and something about how it's sitting right here. And this is the future. It has not happened yet, but this is what you're coming towards. That's what you're not seeing just yet. Growth is upon you. Growth is walking towards your front door because you're also walking towards it if you do this work. And for those who don't know, you know, we have this. I have to get my notes because I always learning new languages, y'all. Kala, element of fire. And what this represents is the soil. You know, I like how I made that analogy earlier of, you know, not even analogy, but when you put a seed in the dirt and it's very fertile. You know, they talk about how when the soil, I don't want to say if the cycle, I don't want to say if the cycle, not the cycle. I don't want to say if the soil is darker, but when the soil is enriched with minerals and vitamins and all these different things, you know, which is representing by this darkness right here, the soil is very fertile. You know, a lot can happen. You know, a lot can grow from this. So that bone right here, I think this is really indicative of this message. We're going to move over here as well. It's funny because what I'm hearing is very, maybe this is for some of y'all, don't block your blessings. Be very mindful of not blocking your blessings. Give me a second, I'm just listening. Especially if you, again, I said already, some of y'all need to teach. Some of y'all need to be talking, and then this is myself included. Some of y'all have wisdom and seeds and gifts and blessings to bestow onto others. Again, this is externally. It's maturity, the season of fall. You know, this ain't just like I came across this little thing and I'm just, nah, you feel like you've been stockpiling a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom. You know, you tried it on, you've seen how to apply, you know how to apply it, you've seen the reward that comes from that, the blessings that come from that knowledge. Because we have this introspection right here. Hidden truths is what I'm seeing and hearing. But some of y'all don't know what to do with it. Some of y'all will feel a little aimless. Give, bestow. You know, don't get in the way of that. Some people are looking for answers, are looking for that thing that you have. And again, this isn't just like, oh, this isn't just life hacks. This could be anything. A trade, a service, a good, whatever it may be. We need community. We need tribe. We cannot do this by ourselves. Let me see something. Some of y'all need to also create. Create spaces. Something about this feels like, it's funny as I say tribe, creating like literally your spiritual tribe, your soul group, your people. You know, your home, your village. Your soul group that are very much aligned with you, who you are, where you're going, what you're about, what you're trying to do, what you're trying to build. Is there any other messages, Spirit, even if it's not on the cosmogram here, that we need to talk about in regards to what some people are missing, what they're not seeing, what's going over their heads? Yeah, just a lot. There's just a lot of there's a lot of knowledge and a lot of truth, a lot of wisdom that y'all need to give. And I feel like I'm outing myself right now as well. But there's just a lot that you just don't know what to do with. I'm sorry, I just saw myself looking back up and I saw this little pile right here and it was just very loud to me. It'll help ground a lot of people as well. But any spirit, what is it? Some things that people are still missing? What are some things people are missing? What are they not seeing? What do they need to see, in other words? Let's try to move these. I kind of already did this already, so I'm going to just move these out the way. Something. You know, we talked about when I said the show was reverse, being open, needing to be open. But we talked about very briefly about some of y'all need to create. You know, create some, actually ground some of. One second. Let me get these cards out before I start talking. Spirit, give me two to three more cards before we close out. Before we close out, Spirit. Yes. Yes. Hopefully I can see all of them. Some of y'all don't see your own success. Some of y'all don't see your own success, your own potential. Some of y'all don't see what is going to come about your hard work, or what's going to come about of your hard work, what it's going to blossom into, what it's going to grow into, what it's going to be. And also some of y'all are worried about this, and it feels like this, I'm going to switch the narrative how I'm talking here, in the stance of what is the blockage. And the blockage is this fear, what is this word? This worry, this doubt of what if this doesn't work out? What if this is all for nothing? Like, and that can really cloud one's judgment. It can cloud one's vision. It can really shake one's faith. Some of y'all don't even see how you're going. Again, I feel like we talked about this, how to move, where to go. And this one to me is always one of those cards is like, look at past experiences. Let that be your teacher. Look at the past, look at your experiences, look at what has happened, where you have been, and allow that to be your compass so that you can move freely. And this isn't a forgive and forget. This is strictly acceptance, which also may come into forgiving, not forgetting, again, so you don't repeat. Spirit, repeat what? Out of curiosity. Failure is what I'm hearing. Stagnancy, maybe you didn't move when you needed to. Maybe you delayed, you kind of dragged your feet is what I'm hearing. You really just didn't hop on. Something about like you didn't get on the horse when you needed to. You kind of just took your time. You overthinking it, like it just didn't have the energy, the motivation, something about that. Maybe you also just didn't know is what I'm hearing as well. You just didn't know. Whatever. I get what they're saying, but maybe you gave up. You gave up. It was getting a little too hard. You know, other people's opinions were getting in the way, other people's judgment, other people's will, like what they wanted. We might have caused a lot of stress. Maybe even your own fear, maybe even your own your own fear, your own mental burdens, nightmares, if you will, just kind of got in the way. But the point of this cycle is not to repeat these things, to not allow these past factors affect your future. We talked about some of y'all need to create. Also could be lack of motivation as well, lack of inspiration, new ideas, etc., etc. Spirit, what are some things? Okay, hard work. It's gonna take some work. But what are some things that they need to be you all need to be open to? Emotionally, intuitively, creatively. Before we throw these dice and call it a night. Spirit, what are some things we need to be open to with this Ace of Cups reverse? So for some of y'all need a spiritual bath. Some of y'all need a spiritual bath because there is just shit in the way. There is this shit in the way. There is this gook, this oldness that's in the way that it can really cloud your judgment. It's like mud. It can keep you stuck. And also just because for when you do get moving, you don't need that with you. You don't need that on you. Which is funny, we talked about, now we have the 10 of Wands as well. This burden, this responsibility. You need to put some things down. Look, so you can move on. So you can move to more emotionally fulfilling places. So you can come into that abundance, whatever they may be. So at home, your security can be procured. Spirit, what are some things that need to be put down? Or this 10 of Wands. Again, as we talked about earlier, some of y'all need to teach. Some of y'all need to teach. You're hoarding a lot. You're hoarding a lot. Your back is big. You got a wide low back there. Go unbig your back. Go talk about your experiences. Go show it. Go create that I'm about to say that product, whatever it may be. Go do something with all that. Look, you have been given something. Don't just sit there. Don't just sit there. Go use what has been gifted to you. Look. Don't be very mindful of, you're saying something about planting your feet and creating unnecessary roots. Be very mindful of planting your feet and creating unnecessary roots. One more, Spirit. What is it with this 10 of Wands? Look at that. It wasn't time to go. It wasn't time to sit on the cliff and just watch everybody else do their thing. No, it's time to go. It's time to go do the things. It's time to go expand. It's time to move. You have the choice. This isn't like there really is so many things in the way. It's just you. It's just you. And if there are things in the way, you have the power, you have the resources to remove them. Like I said, some of y'all need a spiritual bath. Some of y'all need to do a external cleansing of your life. It could still be spiritually done, but also physically. Removing people, things, engagements, behaviors, all the above, and just all the above, just to wipe the slate clear so you can move freely. And I'm hearing something about a road opener. Again, multiple paths are laid out here. Other doors, other opportunities. Seize them. Seize them. Seize these possibilities. It's funny, I keep hearing like doors are opening. And then that automated voice, doors are opening, especially with this Queen of Swords. You know, she's very much taking stock of all the things that are going on, all the stimulation, and able to sit here very poised at that and say, all right, you go over there, you go over here, you go over there, and this is how we're going to move, spread out. And now this is how we're going to move forward. Before we close out, I'm just going to, I know we didn't do this in my previous video. Actually, I don't even know what order all these are going to be in. I just want to throw some dice for y'all very briefly before we close out here. I'm just going to move that up a little further. Y'all can still see. I'm going to leave it just like that. We're not going to make this too much. Actually, what am I dying here, Spirit? Okay. All right, Spirit. Before we close out, I just wanted to just kind of give some action-oriented advice for us. And again, y'all, every type of divinational reading I'm doing here is offered on my booking, on my website, which is in the description. The link tree is all of the above, so please check that out. There's some cool things on there as well. Also join the Patreon, not the Patreon. Become a member. You know, get that tribal membership through on my website for my diasporic and indigenous brothers and sisters, my people. So y'all can get these readings, if not bi-weekly. If not bi-weekly, then every other week. So there's different memberships for different things. All right, Spirit. Before we close out, the video is getting a little long. What are some things that we need to be mindful about, action-oriented steps in regards to the things we're not seeing, how to come into the light, how to see these things, how to make this progress, and how to move? Oh, very simple message. Very simple message. We're getting a lot of, I know they're on the side, so it's not too deep. You got some threes, but the main message here is two for some of y'all. That might be important. Two here, and Loki even a two there, even though we're just talking about these right here. But spiritually and emotionally, be open to differing paths, be open to duality, be open to partnerships. They're both rocking this line, so talking about them both. Yes, be open to, let me get my notes here because it was one thing. Be open to other ways to solve problems. Be open to other energies. Be open, like it's just, the message here really is be mindful of this single-mindedness here, single spiritedness. You know, just kind of focusing on this one emotion and thinking, this one energy, that's it. There's a whole, this possibility, I'm gonna put it that way. So yes, be open. Be open, that is really important. Be open to balance, cooperation, relationships, harmony. Yeah. All right, y'all, that is it for this time around. Again, I hope that helped. If y'all would like some adornments, make sure y'all check out my website. Again, all that will be in the description and as well. Feel free to book. All of these options are there, as well as some more, because y'all know me. One thing about it, I'm going to start learn some things and be of service to y'all and bestow that knowledge, that wisdom. If y'all like these videos, feel free to like and subscribe. If there are some things that y'all feel like general messages, insights y'all would like some collective guidance on, feel free to drop it in the comments below. And